Hey guys, Scarlett here. I hope you all are doing well. So one of my personal favorite things to do is research different pagan traditions for the holidays. I've already made a lot of different videos about the pagan holidays, but I still have a ton of ideas for new videos when it comes to pagan holidays. I really love finding these old crafts, recipes, and rituals and using them as the basis for my own pagan celebrations. So over the years, I've collected quite a few books that focus on the pagan holidays. And today, since we do have the autumn equinox around the corner, I thought I would share 3 books about the autumn equinox that I turn to for inspiration. The first book I want to share is this one here. This is Autumn Equinox, The Enchantment of Mabon by Ellen Dugan. And this is a pretty thick book that's dedicated entirely to the autumn equinox. And this is actually the book where I first learned about the John Barleycorn poem that I ended up making a video about the previous week. I really like how this book contains a lot of different harvest celebrations and folklore from a wide variety of different countries and cultures, so you can really see how different people have historically celebrated the autumn equinox. And for those of you that really like spell work, there are quite a few harvest and Virgo themed spells in this book as well. Though I'd have to say that my favorite part of this book is the recipe section. I am really into cooking and fall foods are my favorite, and this book has a lot of kind of like pumpkin and apple centered recipes, so it's been fun to kind of try them out. So I really enjoyed that about this book as well. The next book I want to share with you is a bit of a more old school book. This is Wheel of the Year, Living the Magical Life by Pauline Campanelli. And this is not just an autumn equinox book. It does contain chapters for all of the pagan holidays, but the specific chapter on the autumn equinox I find is really great. One of the things I found with a lot of contemporary pagan books is often they don't tell you the history and the origins behind the different traditions. And one of the things I like about this book is that it does focus on folklore and tells you where these traditions actually originate. Also, in the September section of this book, there is a little fascinating history on mandrake roots, and they also explain flying ointments and the different poisonous plants that have been historically used to create flying ointments. So it's a really interesting book, and even though it does have a bit of a cheesy old school cover, I would still recommend it for sure. Lastly, I wanted to share with you this little book. This is Celebrating Autumn Equinox by Waverly Fitzgerald, and this book packs in a ton of different autumn equinox craft ideas. There's also a lot of great information in here on wine traditions from ancient Greece, as this time of year is when the grape harvest would occur. There's even a section on the Eleusinian mysteries and how they were performed that I found really interesting. There's also a really simple description on how to make wine and beer at home, which is something I've really wanted to try, but I've kind of been intimidated by the whole process. And I really like how this book kind of takes it back to, okay, this is how our pagan ancestors made wine. You don't need all of this fancy equipment to start your own winemaking practice. So I think this book might have inspired me to get started on that. So yeah, I really enjoyed that about this book as well. Next, I'd love to hear from you guys if you have any books that you turn to for inspiration for the autumn equinox or Mabon. So definitely share your thoughts down below. Also, I wanted to know if you guys would be interested in having me start a Discord. I'm thinking about offering it as a Patreon exclusive, and it could be a way for you guys to connect with each other and a way for me to answer all your questions that you have about paganism and witchcraft. So let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in. And thanks guys for watching this video today. I do hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next week. Bye.